Hey, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. We're going to continue our journey of learning just a little bit more about this amazing language a day. So yesterday we are going off chain. Today we continue on that off chain because I have some really one of the most famous lines to depict a female facial feature in Chinese classical literature. Is one of the best known. Um, so yesterday is the first half of it, which talks about eyebrows. We have two arcs of frowning-ish, like you couldn't tell is it frowning or not, kind of frowning, and the spiraling smoky look like eyebrows. Very descriptive, right? And today we have eyes. We're focusing on the eyes, and compared with the eyebrows, right? Frowning is a type of emotional indicator if there's some thoughts in our head, some emotions under, like behind that frowning. But here today we have another kind of emotions used to express, to be used on the eyes, and we have 一双似喜非喜含情目. So 一 is horizontal line, just one, generic one. 双, okay. Right now it's left and right structure because that's easier to write than stacking up, but originally it's stacking up. And we can see this is a 3-finger hand symbol. So we have 3-finger hand symbol, kind of like that, right? On here. And that means pair because we have two hands, simply two hands, right? Simply like that. So it simply use the two hands to mean a pair of things because you have two. 似喜非喜, we have the same 似 and the 非, right? 似 means look like. We have the human figure on one side and some weird twisting thing that some said it's about doing or working or use or executing. So some action over there. So some action paired with the person. And in here, I guess it simply means like imitating, to come close to something. So that's our like. And not is the negation because it's a kind of a symmetrical image like that. But okay, instead of 4 fingers with, wait, what? Okay, instead of 5 fingers, it's a 3, right? Only 3 kind of looking like that, right? This is our fate. It means the mirror image of the other side of the wing. So you have, I guess in this case, a real one and then a copy of that one. So that one is a negation of the real one because it's fake. I mean, some sort of logic over there. So that's a not, right? You have as if, like we feel like it's imitating. And the joy, okay, we talked about this a while back. It came from this smiley face at the bottom. And then on the top is our drumming set, actually. So here is the drum set on the frame, supposedly wood frame, on top of the ground. And then here is the plant growing on top of the ground. So that's our joy definition. You have food and you have music and you are going to smile to that. Life as simple as this major components, entertainment and food. That's enough to want to smile. So that's our basic, human rights, I guess. That's our definition of joy. So we have this as if it's showing joy, but not exactly joy. Kind of ambiguity in human expression again. This pair of what kind of eyes? It says contain feelings. So han we talked about before, another word with this mouse symbol, same as here, right? So this mouse symbol and the top of it, it means now, means today. So this now came from this triangular structure on the top I interpret it as past, future, present, that forever link, right? And then this point down, finger point down, is like, okay, stop from that link of forever, circling cycle, right? You point down to right now, here, stop right here. So that's our indicator of from that link, you come down to here and now. So here and now paired with mouse, it could be explained as, okay, that's the sound maker. So, but I would like to imagine it like the mouse is a processing of either food or information, right? Like going out of information or taking in food. So either way, it's some sort of processor that constantly having something in and out, right? Either eating or you're talking, right? And then this here and now kind of point down to stop this continuation, like stop right here on this frame. And that's what you're holding in your mouth right now. So that right now in your mouth become the concept of contain. And this concept contain eventually extended to any other things that could contain things, not just the mouth. So in this context, we have eyes that contains feelings. So feelings, we have the left side, that's the heart symbol. I look at it as the cavity of the heart, and then there are 3 tubes coming out of the heart. It's a visual, image of the heart chamber and the tubes from the heart. And the right side is our color of kind of between the black, between the green and the blue. So it's a color of life. You have water, you have plant. So it's either the ocean or the mountain. Both colors looks amazing. And actually in ancient Chinese, they don't distinguish the mountain color versus the ocean color. They use the same type of pigment on both mountain and ocean, same color pigments. So ancient Chinese doesn't really have a blue and a green concept. It's all qing. So that's the sound maker actually, qing paired with heart. But if we interpret it, why does mountain and ocean color, this blue-green color, used to mean something emotional? Because this color is, color of life. It's either water or mountain, and it's color of balanced. It looks symmetrical, right? And it's a balanced, well-developed color, rich, vibrant color. And so that paired with emotional organ, a heart, that just, makes sense to create this meaning of that's how the heart process feeling. It has the mountains and oceans in it. So 含情目 is the pair of eyes that contains feelings and emotions in it. And eye, simply visual eye. So this is at some point, because this eye character got progression over history. Originally, it was depicted just like the eyeballs, like with all the shapes and corners, and there's the iris depicted in the middle of it, and eventually it got abstracted into this form, this blocky form. But that there is a progress of further abstraction from real life depiction, but you can still see some traces of the image of the eye. So a pair of joy or not joy kind of emotion filled eyes, right? And I call it joyful parenthesis. It's like, we're not sure, it may be joyful. Expressive eyes. So another image of this lead character, Lin Daiyu, in that red chamber dreams. And this time she is showing a little bit, like look into the camera, like they emphasize on this picture is more on her eyes, because there are sparkles in her eyes. And this kind of pair of eyes that kind of shows emotion, that like the whole storytelling is anchored on her eyes. A lot of stories, unsaid words, emotions, like that's when the audience are going to have this interaction with the acting, as if to project themselves into her emotional world that's not said, but only through the expressions in her eyes, the sparkles in her eyes. So this is, I think, a well illustration of this 一双似喜非喜含情目. Okay, so now you have 两弯, two arches, 似蹙非蹙, frowning or not frowning, frowning. 卷烟眉, so as if a spiraling smoky eyebrows. And now you have 一双似喜非喜含情目. You see this two phrases are kind of exact pairing. We have a quantification, like a quantity and unit of measurement, and 似 and 非, as if, not as if. And then we have two emotional words, as there is a frowning or expressing joyful. And then we have the eyebrows or the eyes. So everything is perfectly matched. That's commonly used in Chinese classical literature. Like they like to use this very neatly formations of language, like a pair, and a lot of word play in that sense of we can really find, we have rich language characters to grab to compose the meaning, and then we can create such exact structure of depictions of facial expressions or actions. So that's give you a glimpse of how Chinese at its best is working to describe the eyebrows and eyes of classical female ideal. All right, cash into the currency of thinking by one word a day with Sophie. See you another day.